Tonight on KOTA Territory News at 5:30, we'll meet 4 women who are critical for the success of many city engineering projects. We'll have a look at an up-and-coming child care and STEAM development facility in Pine Ridge. And Mayor Jason Solomon and city officials announce a new and ambitious land development. Your news starts now.
From Skyline Drive, this is KOTA Territory News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Jack Cottle. Rapid City Mayor Jason Solomon announced today the location for the new indoor sports complex. Noah Miller has the story.
A new sports complex is coming to Rapid City and hopes to draw more sports from around the state and the nation.
This is something behind the scenes we've been working very hard on. And let me say this, a vision you can accomplish alone isn't much of a vision. It takes an entire community to make something happen, and that's what this is about today.
The indoor complex will be located in North Rapid on Seeger Drive, but why does this location fit best?
It's near the hotels, dining, shopping, off of the interstate. It really is a great location.
The complex will be home to an indoor turf soccer field and 8 basketball courts that can convert to volleyball and pickleball courts.
It needs to be convertible to meet the needs of the community, and so all sports are on the table. The best thing about it is an indoor soccer space is the largest turf space that you can have, and it can be divvied up to meet the needs of different sports. So yes, it can be a little bit of everything for everyone.
The city couldn't have done this alone. Pete Lean and Sons, a family-owned business, donated 22.78 acres of land where the complex plans to be built.
We really want to be a good corporate citizen and do our part because Rapid City's been so good to us. And so we were happy to agree to help this great concept and opportunity for Western South Dakota come to be.
We love the idea that we are able to have multi-day tournaments and visitors coming from all around the region and all around the nation to Rapid City year-round to enjoy our sports complex.
In North Rapid, Noah Miller, KOTA Territory News.
It's another nice day across KOTA Territory. Are we expecting any changes in the near future? Chief Meteorologist David Stradling is here to let us know because, of course, David, nothing stays steady for too long around here.
No, you don't ever get used to anything for too long of a period in South Dakota. It's been nice the past couple of days, but we are tracking the threat for strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, right around this time. But for today, we'll enjoy a partly cloudy sky and some mild temperatures. We're in the 60s and 70s across KOTA Territory, 75 in Hot Springs, 78 at the Rapid City Airport, with 60s from Spearfish into northwest South Dakota and for Carter County. Right now on First Alert Doppler radar, things are pretty quiet just with that partly cloudy sky moving through. You'll notice a little bit of a shower developing just southeast of Casper. We'll notice a few showers and thunderstorms potentially this evening into northeast Wyoming, and overnight tonight along and north of I-90 as isolated storms will be possible. Low temperatures falling into the 50s. Highs tomorrow will flirt with 80. As I mentioned, severe storms tomorrow afternoon. I'll have all of those details coming up.
Thank you, David. 34-year-old Brandon Tyler Bernard was sentenced in federal court today on child pornography distribution charges. Bernard is facing 7 years in prison, 10 years of supervised release, and $14,555 in restitution. Bernard pleaded guilty in March to possessing and distributing child pornography that was discovered in the course of a rape investigation involving Bernard and a 13-year-old child. In court today, prosecutors said 450 images, 1 video, and 2,000 messages were found on Bernard's electronic devices, and 25 victims have been identified from those images. Bernard is currently serving 10 years on a 4th-degree rape conviction from Meade County, and the state will decide whether Bernard's sentences will be served concurrently or consecutively. Names have been released in 2 crashes last week in KOTA Territory. First, a fatal crash in Deadwood last Friday. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says 73-year-old Joseph Bernard Schumacher of Lead was killed when the Honda Ridgeline he was driving on U.S. Highway 14A crossed the center line and collided with a Ford F-550 heading in the other direction. And the department says 60-year-old Heather Lynn Clifton of Newcastle was killed when the Harley-Davidson she was riding collided with a Ford Taurus on the westbound I-90 off-ramp at Junction Avenue in Sturgis a week ago Monday. Clifton was thrown from the bike and died 2 days later. For a little more than a decade, the Oglala Sioux Tribe Child Care and Development Program has been wanting their own building. And now that wish will be coming true by the end of the year. Brian Savage joined the organization and their children today for a painting activity inside the new building that is still under construction.
Monday, the Oglala Sioux Tribe Child Care and Development Program got to paint some of the dry walls inside the new STEAM development facility in Pine Ridge, marking a new era.
This building has been a dream coming for many, many years.
The new facility is part of the organization's expansion, as they will also be opening another building in Wounded Knee in the future. The OST Child Care and Development Program has been leasing the Siouxland Big Crow Boys and Girls Club since 2019. While still under construction, Monday morning gave program members and more than 15 kids a chance to get a glimpse of their new home. Kids were seen painting the wall, getting their hands sticky, and doing their best Mike Rowe impression.
They're paving the way also, you know, that at least whenever they grow up, they can say, I took part in painting this and taking part of building it. And they get to leave their mark here.
The organization provides early education and care and is a licensing agent for child care providers on the Pine Ridge Reservation.
We also run outdoor education programming, cultural programming, home visiting programs, a stabilization program that helps providers make their home services a lot better.
Big Crow says construction for the building cost $14.7 million. They received 7 different sources for funding, with 6 of them being federal.
The other source was revenue that we've been generating over the last 25 years.
Big Crow says construction is expected to be completed in October and expects the doors to open in December. Reporting in Pine Ridge, Brian Savage, KOTA Territory News.
Today is National Women in Engineering Day, and 4 women here in Rapid are dominating the field. Michelle Lashley says engineering is a very male-dominated career, but still a career that more and more women are getting into. Having a day to honor the women in the career was established to raise the profile of women in engineering, promote their achievements in the field, and recognize their contributions to the quality of life in our communities and nation.
There are lots of options out there today to get exposure. In elementary schools, they have certain STEAM classes. As you get older, there's different electives you can take in high school. So expose yourself to those kinds of things and see where your interests lie. And if that's where your interests lie, pursue that. There's lots of options out there. You just kind of got to find things, pursue them, and see where those interests take you someday.
Sarah Auden, Nicole Lisi, Morgan Falcone, and Michelle Lashley are 4 of the 12 engineers for the city of Rapid City. They were honored today at City Hall. Well, the weather's been cooling off in KOTA territory. Will things heat up again soon? We'll have your accurate first alert forecast coming up later. But first, a Rapid City native is being inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame. We'll tell you who after the break. The Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame is getting a little bigger as Rapid City native Tom C. Miller will be inducted next month. KOTA Territory's Hannah Hutter joined Miller and his friends and family as they celebrated his accomplishment.
Tom Miller grew up watching his father rope calves, and so the rodeo bug was passed on to him at a young age.
It just kind of progressed, I guess, one thing to another. First high school, then college, then pros, amateur and then pros. Been a long time.
While Miller led a rodeo team to the National Collegiate Rodeo Competition in the 70s and shares the record for most saddle bronc average titles, he never thought a Hall of Fame induction was in the cards for him.
It really surprised me when they did call. I didn't even expect to get it in there, no. Just one of those deals.
His wife Vivian, on the other hand, had a hunch it was in his future.
Yes, I thought that he should be in the Hall of Fame because he's given back to rodeo a lot. Not through, he's judged for 20 years, 30. He put on rodeo schools for like 30 years and was teaching all these kids, and so I thought he deserved it.
Jim Hunt is just one of many who had the opportunity to learn from Miller when he was rodeoing in college.
Well, what a privilege it was to get to travel with one of the best and go down the road for about 3 years. I traveled with Tom. He broke me in, taught me how to enter rodeos, taught me how to work on my saddle, all those things.
Hunt described Miller as an excellent teacher who gave you a pat on the back when it was deserved, while criticism came in a constructive way. He added Miller's induction means a great deal to everyone involved in rodeo in the Black Hills.
It's been 44 years since Tom competed at his last national finals rodeo. And so to see the opportunity for Tom Miller that many years later get appreciated for his perfection, excellence, his bronc riding skills, judging skills, just we're so tickled for him.
Miller will be inducted into the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in Colorado Springs, July 12th.
It's just mind-boggling that, and it's. I guess I've been blessed.
In Rapid City, Hannah Hutter, KOTA Territory News.
Chief Meteorologist David Stradling is tracking the threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. The details on timing and threats are coming up, and your accurate first alert forecast next.
Now, the First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist David Stradling.
We're tracking a gorgeous evening. Temperatures are quite comfortable across much of KOTA territory. Some a little bit cooler than others, but 60s, that's not too bad. We have a good amount of sunshine across KOTA territory. A few clouds popping up as well. Here's a look at our current temperatures. 60s from northwest South Dakota, around the Black Hills towards Spearfish and Hewlett, Carter County as well. 70s for many others. 78 out of the Rapid City Airport, downtown Rapid City. A few degrees colder at 74. We're 70 in Piedmont, 68 in Spearfish, but Beulah just across the state line there sitting at 70. Conditions are quiet right now, but we'll be noticing a few storms developing across northeast Wyoming over the next few hours, and you're noticing a little bit of that just southeast of Casper with this little cell over the higher terrain there. This will likely lift northeast, leading to more showers and storms developing overnight tonight. So we could see a few of those showers and storms into northeast Wyoming over the next few hours, and then a few more showers and storms will develop around the Black Hills and areas to the north as we make our way into Tuesday morning. A few of those showers and storms will stick around, and those will start to carry away. But we are tracking the chance for more storms tomorrow. 79 is our high temperature. Strong to severe thunderstorms return to the forecast. A slight risk, level 2 out of 5, is in place for much of northeast Wyoming, into the Black Hills and southwest South Dakota, and it does include Rapid City. Large hail, damaging winds will be the primary threat with these thunderstorms. There's a small chance that an isolated spin-up tornado could be possible with some of these storms as well. It'll be something we monitor closely. From Sheridan to Carter County, all the way out towards northwest South Dakota and the Badlands, we have a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk in place. Now, watching for timing, here's the noon hour. We do notice a few clouds around, but during the afternoon, we are going to have those storms firing up, moving through western South Dakota and northeast Wyoming. We're stopping futurecasts here at 6 p.m. You will notice those storms are already almost through KOTA territory. By about 8, 9, 10 p.m., that's when the majority of those should be moving into central South Dakota. So it's not going to linger too much into the overnight hours. And we'll notice a few more showers and thunderstorms developing from northwest South Dakota into Wyoming as we make our way throughout the day on Wednesday, which will also bring a hail and wind threat as a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk is in place through much of KOTA territory. Conditions will be quieting down after that, though a few stray storms are possible Thursday and Friday. We're much warmer. Back-to-back 70s coming up, but by Thursday we have 85. Friday, 93 degrees. Going to be getting quite hot as we come to a close to the week. 80s will be likely over the weekend with a few more afternoon storms possible. Tonight, though, a few isolated showers and thunderstorms around the Black Hills, mainly to the north of that after midnight. Temperatures will be in the 50s for many spots. For Tuesday, we'll be in the 70s for many. Afternoon storms, some of those strong to severe hail and wind as the primary threats. Our next 3 days will keep those temperatures climbing. 70s to near 80 Tuesday and Wednesday, with 80s likely for many of us going into Thursday. Our best chance of storms will be in the afternoon hours tomorrow and again on Wednesday. And for Rapid City, after a high of 93 on a Friday, we'll fall down to the 80s. Saturday into Sunday as well. Monday, the low 80s stick around with a few stray storms possible going forward.
Been a nice little break from that little mini heat wave we had last week, though.
Yeah, I was out of town for that, but I did see we reached the lower triple digits, which is never too fun, especially this early in the year. Nice to get that break, like you said.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, David. Well, coming up, we have a recap of the State High School Rodeo, plus there's some big rush news as the team has a new head coach and general manager. Vic Quick has all the details next in KOTA Sports.
Good evening, everybody. It was a big weekend for the Sturgis Legion baseball team as it won the Shadron Woodbat tournament. The Titans defeated their rivals from Spearfish 5-3 in the championship game. Sturgis has now won 7 in a row and 8 of its last 9. The Titans have this week off and return to the Diamond a week from today when they host Brandon Valley. Hey, there's some big Rush news to tell you about this evening as Dave Smith has been named the team's new head coach and general manager. Smith brings 27 years of coaching experience to the job, all at the NCAA Division I level. For the past 8 seasons, Smith has been the head coach at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in New York. Before that, he spent 12 years as the head man at Canisius. Smith also played 6 seasons professionally, 5 of those in the International Hockey League. He won the 1993 Turner Cup with the Fort Wayne Comets. Smith will be introduced at a press conference coming up on July 9th. The Rapid City Sliders baseball program gives baseball and softball players of all ages a chance to play in the summer months. At the younger levels, the baseball teams are associated with the Babe Ruth and Cal Ripken leagues. The Sliders 18U baseball team currently checks in with a 6-5 record. The Sliders return to the Diamond Friday when they play the Upper Deck Expos in Colorado. Now, the Sliders do play some home games and also travel to tournaments across the region, and head coach Tyson Waddell enjoys being involved with the Sliders program.
The biggest thing behind our Sliders program is trying to get kids that want to be involved with their high school baseball team an opportunity to play in the summer, but play competitively. Try to get some of the best baseball we can for an economical value for them. So we look for games to come in here. We also do stuff through the Babe Ruth postseason. We sanction our younger teams into the Babe Ruth and Cal Ripken as well. I think most of the kids on the field can play their position out in the field, and they can mix around at different positions. Also bring a very, very aggressive lineup to the plate. They hit the ball well, they challenge the pitchers, and like I said, the depth in the pitching mound makes it a joy to kind of watch them work through one after the other. They continue to just hammer the strike zone.
South Dakota State's Rob DeHaven has been named the Summit League's Men's Outdoor Track and Field Coach of the Year. DeHaven led the Jackrabbits to the conference championship, capping off a sweep of cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track and field championships for the SDSU men. DeHaven was also named the conference's Coach of the Year for the indoor season. Well, hey, the state high school rodeo wrapped up over the weekend in Fort Pierre. Let's take a look at the state champs representing KOTA territory. Walsbrook Diedrichs claimed the top spot in barrel racing. Braden Terveen Smith is your steer wrestling state champ. Faith's Drew Harper and Belfouche's Jet Jensen finished first in team roping. Box Elder's Drake Boomsma is the state champ in tie-down roping. The top 4 finishers in each event qualify for next month's National High School Finals Rodeo in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Good to see Jack. Is our area well represented at the high school rodeo?
As always, they are, Vic. How about the Twins? Back on the diamond tonight?
That's right. Twins in action tonight. They open up a series with the Mariners. Twins and Mariners also play tomorrow, and you'll be able to see that game tomorrow night over on Fox. Twins and Mariners at about 5:30 tomorrow night.
All right. Thank you very much, Vic. Well, up next, 20 years of Guns and Hoses. Stay with us.
Be sure to tune into KOTA Territory News at 6 on Fox. We'll tell you about a new law that drivers will be required to obey as soon as next week.
So we'll have operations where we go out and specifically try to target the move over law violation.
Plus, junk fees are costing American families thousands each year, showing up in everything from travel to takeout. We'll tell you how to avoid them tonight at 6 on Fox.
And the Guns and Hoses battle is back for the 20th year as the Rapid City Police and Fire Departments go head-to-head to see who can draw the most blood. The friendly competition is a way to combat the decline in blood donations throughout the summer months. Your donation will go towards Team Law or Team Fire. Our CPD has a chance to tie up the yearly competition through your donations. It all kicks off tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. near the famous footwear store in Uptown Rapid. You can donate tomorrow and Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're on Thursday and Friday starting at 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. You can visit our website, kotatv.com, to schedule an appointment. All right, what's going on outside?
It's pretty nice this evening, Jack. A good relief from that heat. We have 60s and 70s for tomorrow. We will flirt with 80 by the afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms are expected by the afternoon, some strong to severe. A few strong storms on Wednesday before we return to the 80s and 90s the rest of the week.
All right. It's exciting to have you back in the evening.
It feels nice to be back.
All right. That'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you tonight at 10.
Thanks for watching KOTA Territory News, your local news and weather authority.